Hey guys, how's it going? This is Con and welcome to episode 104 of Good or Garbage, the number one place where you can find out what stuff is being sold in the division on a weekly basis. And this week has some pretty decent stuff. There's a couple things that are pretty nice. There's some garbage in there, but you know, we kind of filtered some of that stuff out. And as always, you can go down into the description and check out the heads up section to find out if there are any kind of minuscule things or minute things that you may be looking for that may not have made it into the video section of this video. It's a pretty detailed breakdown of what is being sold, so if you don't see it in the video, you may want to check down there and go ahead and take a look. Let me know in the comment section below if there's anything that you guys are missing or looking for, and I ask a very important question at the end of this video, so please check that out. Leave a comment down below, let me know what you guys think. Very important, and let's get started. Alright, now let's move on to the attachments for this week. At the special equipment vendor in the base of operations, we have the extended magazine being sold, and it is quite a nice one. 121% extended magazine size, 4% critical hit damage, and 4.9% rate of fire. If you've been desperately looking for a magazine for PvP, this could be a really nice one to get. With that 4.9% rate of fire increase, that means you get those bullets down to burst people down even faster. The 4% critical hit damage works with most builds, and then you have that amazing 121% magazine size. If you've been looking for this, definitely go over to the base of operations and pick it up, but it will cost you 192 Phoenix credits. This week at the advanced weaponry vendor, we have an Omega rifle suppressor. This one coming in with 18% headshot damage, 3% critical hit chance, and 2% accuracy with 48% reduced threat. Now generally, if we can get these maxed out or to the god roll performance, I would definitely hype it up, but this one is kind of a low-key hold it until you get something better. Unfortunately, the critical hit damage is not on this, which would have really pushed it up into that upper tier, and also the headshot damage I believe gets a bit higher as well. So until we find something a bit better, if you are in need of a headshot damage on your muzzle, then you can definitely go ahead and buy this for regular credits. So it may, you know, kind of be in your best interest, if you don't have anything better, to grab some, maybe throw them in your weapons and test them out and see how it works for you. At the last call, there is a high velocity magazine being sold with 6.5% critical hit chance, 4% critical hit damage, and 4.9% rate of fire. If you've been looking for something like this for maybe a Lone Star build, you can go ahead and pick this up for normal credits. But just remember, you know, this is a really nice thing to have to help you get some of those buffs back faster with the LMGs if you are running Lone Star. So if you need this, go ahead, pick it up. Let me know down below that you picked it up, and yeah. You're welcome. At 5th Avenue, there is a Reflex Sight being sold with 6% critical hit chance, 4% critical hit damage, and 5.5% headshot damage. If you've been looking for a nice little mod like this to give you some extra crit chance for maybe your AR or something like that, then you can go ahead and pick this up. And 6% could be a bit better, but still not too bad. And then that 5.5 headshot damage is also not too bad. It could be better as well. But yeah, if you are looking for something like this, you can go ahead and try it out. Head on over to 5th Avenue and give it a buy. In DZ9, we have quite a few attachments to take a look at, so let's get started. Starting it off, we have the extended magazine with 118% magazine size, 3% critical hit chance, and 4% critical hit damage. If you're looking for an extended mag with chance instead of rate of fire, this is one of the better ones to get. It will cost you Dark Zone credits, so keep that in mind. Just head on over to DZ9 and check it out. Now moving along, we also have the Loud Vent Break. This one coming in with 18% critical hit damage, 4.5% optimal range, and 2.5% stability. It also has 44% increased threat. Now unfortunately, this is not 19% critical hit damage, which most of you guys are looking for, but if you don't have anything in that range or anything better, then definitely go and check it out. Again, Dark Zone credits. Now lastly, over at DZ9 is the 552 Halosight. This is an amazing sight, almost a god roll, but it is pretty damn good. Highly recommended for people who are running with ARs and want to get that crit damage. crit chance and crit damage. Now the thing is, this comes with 7.5% critical hit chance, 5.5% headshot damage, and 4% critical hit damage. I checked my weapons and I actually have one similar to this. The only difference is I have 6% headshot damage, which I believe is the max, and that would be the ultimate god roll, but this is pretty close. 7.5 crit chance, 5.5 headshot damage, and 4% critical hit damage is very good. Again, if you are using an AR and you want to try to maximize crit chance and crit damage, this is the way to go. You can put this on the Bullfrog, Liberator, or any of the other larger weapons. LMGs also work if you like the MG5s, and any of the sniper rifles would work, but I don't recommend these because you can't really aim down sight with them and get a kind of a zoomed in reticle. But definitely go and check this out if you are using this for ARs or LMGs. Highly recommend it. Now let's go take a look at this week's gear mods. At the special equipment vendor in the base of operations, we have a firearm mod being sold with 265 firearms and 3% skill haste. If you've been looking for some mods with skill haste and a good amount of firearms, this is a pretty nice one to pick up. It will cost you 192 Phoenix credits, so make sure you have those on deck. At the gear vendor in the base of operations, there is a purple firearms mod being sold with 195 firearms. It also comes with 3% damage to elites. So if you've been looking for a damage to elites mod with firearms, then you can go ahead to the base of operations and go to the vendor, the gear vendor, and check it out. At Camp Clinton at the special equipment vendor, there is a 6% first aid self-heal being sold, and if you do not have these, you definitely will want to have some of these in your stash. These are always useful. Have some 6% self-heals and some 6% team heals, and then you should be good to go. Good to have these in your backup, so go ahead and pick them up. At West 46th Street, there is a firearms mod being sold with 263 firearms. It also comes with 3% signature ability resource gain. So if you are looking for a mod that has firearms and you're trying to get your super back fast as possible, then definitely go ahead to West 46th Street and check this out. Now let's take a look at the 280 to 283 gear score items. At the special equipment vendor in Camp Clinton, we have a military M870 shotgun being sold with a gear score of 280. Now this comes with 330% stagger. It also comes with the talents Talented, Unforgiving, and Accurate. If you've been looking for a shotgun to just kind of run around with, maybe have some fun, this could be a good one. This is one of the slower firing shotguns, comes in with a RPM of 75. Talented is pretty good with electronics build. Unforgiving will work out for most of the builds, but you will, if you are going to push more towards electronics, Unforgiving may not work out for you, but you know, that kind of depends on what you're working, if you have enough firearms for that. But if you do decide to go with the proper amount of firearms and you want to run Talented and Unforgiving, that could work out for you, and then ultimately you'll have to decide what to do about Accurate if you decide to keep it. Now Accurate is good for shotguns as it keeps the pellet spread a little bit more manageable, but that is up to you. If you decide to pick this up, let me know, what do you keep on this or what do you take out? At Kerman Station, there is a shotgun being sold, the SARG 12, with a gear score of 281. This is going to be a bit of a PSA for the newer agents who are unaware. Please stay away from this weapon. There are better options, and I'm going to tell you why. Now this is the SARG 12, the normal edition. It comes with 343% stagger. The talents on it are pretty nice with destructive, commanding, and predatory in the third, but the problem is, if you look very carefully, you can see that the SARG 12 does not have an underbarrel. The only thing it has is the magazine, the small optics, and then skin. Now the black market version of this does have an underbarrel, which if you put an underbarrel, a maxed out underbarrel, you can have an extra 19% critical hit damage, and that is a lot of damage, 19% more. So you do not want to handicap yourself by getting one of these standard SARG 12s. make sure that you get the black market or the other version. You can check for it and just make sure that it has all of the attachments. You want to make sure that you have your magazine, your small optics, and your underbarrel. Shotguns do not attach muzzles, so you do want to make sure that you're doing the most damage possible and make sure that you have that underbarrel on your SASG shotguns. It's a PSA from me, so yeah, that's all. At East 40th Street, there is an infantry MG5 light machine gun with a gear score of 282. Now the MG5s, if you are not used to using these, or if you've never used these are really nice LMGs that are, a lot of people use them almost like they're SMGs because they're really stable. The hip fire is not quite there, but they are really stable and they fire quite fast. The other thing is that you'll get 22% damage to targets out of cover, which is a really nice percentage of damage. Now this also comes with the talent Fierce, it comes with Sustained, and it comes with Adept in the 3rd slot. Now if you are, if you know what's up, Adept has gotten quite the hit, so it's not quite what it used to be. And with Fierce in the 1st slot, the requirements for firearms will put quite a few people off, so it's kind of up to you how you want to spec this. The talents on it are not amazing, but it is a 282 gear score, and I figured I'd throw it out there if anyone has never tried out the MG5 or is interested in an MG5 with these stats, then you can definitely go ahead and check it out and try it out for yourself. But highly recommended. The MG5 light machine guns are very good and a lot of fun, especially if you run them with Lone Star and one of those magazines that don't have a higher magazine size but do more crit damage, crit chance, and have a rate of fire on them. Those are really nice to stack with this, so if you do decide to get those, let me know, and yeah, hope you have fun. At West 34th Street, there is a Super 90 shotgun being sold with a gear score of 280. Now this thing is pretty nice. The stagger on it seems a bit low at 303.5. It also comes with some pretty nice talents: Predatory, Brutal, and it comes with Accurate in the 3rd. So with Accurate in the 3rd, you can swap this out for whatever you'd like and have something a lot better, or you could run with Accurate, because with Brutal, these two work really well together. With shotguns, accuracy will keep your spread a little bit tighter, and then with Brutal, getting those headshots will give you that much more damage. And then with Predatory, of course, once you get the kill, you'll be able to get more health back. So if you decide to run with it as is, definitely go ahead and do that. Or if you want to switch something out, let me know in the comment section below, what do you switch out? Now it's time to wrap things up in the 284 plus gear score section. At Camp Clinton, at the special equipment vendor, we have a Centurion being sold with a maxed out gear score of 286. Now the thing about this is the pistol is coming in with commanding. Now while commanding, personally, I don't think is very useful on a sidearm. You could always roll this off for something more to your liking, and being that it is maxed out in terms of its gear score, then you will have a higher gear score when you make your builds, so that when people play with you, if you play with randos, then they won't think you're completely useless. Now the thing about commanding, of course, on some of the more primary weapons, it could work out really well. Personally, I would suggest you run for something a little bit more useful. Anything with bleed, or something that will get your skills back, or something like that. Anything that would help you out in terms of utility, I always say is best for sidearms. But you can do whatever you want. If you do pick this up, what are you going to put on it? Let me know in the comment section down below. Alright guys, that is it for episode 104 of Good or Garbage. I hope you guys found it useful and found whatever it was that may have been evading you for the longest time, and that you finally found. With the global events now going on and coming to a close, I'm pretty sure most of you guys have found what you've been looking for, and if not, I hope that you find it very soon. Now, being that I like to keep it 100 with you guys, I want to know, what do you think about the future of Good or Garbage? The division is kind of winding down, and the numbers for the Good or Garbage series on my channel not really doing all that great compared to previous months. So what do you guys think? Does Good or Garbage need to continue, or should we move on and go on to something else? Or should I start live streaming at this time for the people who want to get some sleep. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys think. Hope you have a great weekend, and I will catch you later. Peace.
Con.